One part of Sea of Thieves that I have always loved the most is the community. This community is home to some of the most talented, most creative, and most dedicated people that I've ever met. And to celebrate this amazing community, Rare is hosting their very first Community Day in Sea of Thieves tomorrow. And today I'll be going over everything you need to know before then to make sure you guys can get as much as you can out of this amazing event. What's up guys, BlueLycanroc here, and welcome to yet another Sea of Thieves guide video. Today I'll be going over everything you need to know about the upcoming Community Day event coming to Sea of Thieves, with some tips and tricks on how to maximize your gold and reputation, along with some ideas on what the heck to even do during this very interesting event. Community Day runs from January 30th until January 31st, totaling at 24 hours of pure pirate chaos, with the main draw being the promise of an increase to the amount of gold and XP you gain from completing any tasks. So this is similar to Golden Glory, but with a bit of a twist, because instead of Rare deciding what our multiplier is, it's up to us, the community, to figure out what the heck this multiplier will even be. So over on Twitter, you may have heard of the hashtag Sea of Thieves Community Day floating around. And that's because the more posts that are posted with this hashtag during Community Day, the higher this multiplier will go, capping out at a whopping 3.5 times amount, which is the highest we've ever seen in the game. And that's in addition to the emissary booster, which can easily make an Ashen Wind Skull worth over 100 grand. So even if you aren't active on Twitter like me, go ahead and post a few screenshots or share some stories around that campfire using the hashtag Sea of Thieves Community Day, and let's see how much chaos a 3.5 times multiplier will cause. And with such a high prize, the main thing to consider about this event is that the servers are going to be absolutely loaded. Like everyone and their grandma is going to be playing this game. So make sure that you have a crew to sail with. Going in alone, even when you are the best player out there, usually ends with you being sunk, unfortunately. And tomorrow will be no different. Sea of Thieves is best enjoyed with more than one person by your side, and if you want to walk away from this event feeling accomplished, that you are finally able to afford those dark adventurer sails that you've been saving up for like a year, it might be a good idea to start organizing your crew today so that you can have a game plan before you sail tomorrow. Now let's talk what you should actually do during this event, because there is a plethora of things to do in Sea of Thieves. But the main thing I would personally recommend is leveling up those neglected factions that you may have left to get to max level. I'm looking at you, Hunter's Call! But with a multiplier as big as the one that we could potentially get, it could totally be possible to finally get to Athena 20, or Hunter's Call 50, or for anyone who has yet to get to Pirate Legend, you may finally be able to cross that threshold and become a proud owner of that majestic purple jacket that everyone wears for 5 minutes and never touches again. Oh, come on now, don't pretend like you haven't done that too. But anyways, one of the best voyages to do, hands down, if you're looking for as much gold as possible, are Ashen Gold Vaults, Merchant Lost Shipment voyages, or that Gilded Voyage you've been hanging on to, if you're looking for the most gold in the shortest amount of time. But what you do will be totally up to you, and what you need to level up. So today I've come up with a list of one voyage from every single faction that will be the most beneficial for you guys. So starting off with the gold hoarders, we have Ashen Gold Vaults. This goes without saying, this is the best way to get gold in the game, because if you guys stack 3 or 4 of these, you'll easily make over 1 million, especially with the emissary booster and the overall booster that is coming with this event. If you're looking for Order of Souls, the best voyage is Ghost Ships by far because they are the quickest to complete. You could do the bounty voyages, but to be honest, they're not as great as Ghost Ships, mainly because you get a little bit less loot. But if you do see Flameheart or Skullforts active, that is really good for Order of Souls 2, especially Flameheart, because he gives so much loot if you go for every single one of the bosses. Next up is Merchant Alliance and Shipments. Lost Shipment voyages all the way. These were introduced back in Season 1, and ever since then, no one has looked towards the animal voyages or the cargo runs. It's all been about those shipments because they give so much loot. Especially if you guys are able to find that captain's key. It's just so good. Next up is Athena's Fortune. This one's the most time consuming, but the two best voyages are actually tied, because it's between the Ashen Athena and Thieves Haven runs. To be honest, this one's depending on where you want to go, because not everyone loves Thieves Haven, including me. I'm probably going to be doing the Ashen Athenas, just because that Ashen Athena chest at the end will probably be worth a pretty penny, especially with all those multipliers on. Though keep in mind, make sure you bring your PvP loadout, because if you are running Athena, you are probably going to be the #1 target for Reapers, especially if you're in the Devil's Roar. So out of all of them, Athena is the one where it's most important to have a crewmate, just so that you can have that extra eye out on the horizon looking for threats. And moving on to Hunter's Call, there isn't a voyage for Hunter's Call, obviously it's all about fishing, but surprisingly, Thieves Haven runs are probably the best voyage for Hunter's Call. And you may think I'm crazy because, hey, that's an Athena voyage! But you can actually work on Hunter's Call and Athena for doing one voyage if you sell all of your mermaid gems to the Hunter's Call. And trust me, if you do a couple Thieves Haven runs, that XP bar will go flying in Hunter's Call. And finally, Reapers. Oh, Reapers. I don't know, do PvP or something? But honestly, anything goes for Reapers. Just have fun out there, and do whatever you want. Just try not to run away from that solo sloop who's just passing by. I think he's friendly. Next up during Community Day, they will be awarding more hats! So, yeah, if you haven't been too active in the community lately, like me, you may be a bit confused what I mean by this. And these hats are called the Hat of Unfeasibly Glorious Fame. And it is by far the hardest cosmetic to earn as an average Joe sailor like myself, and many others out there. And for a very good reason. Because this is a part of the #BeMorePirate campaign. And this is a word to those that are, and I quote, displaying piratical prowess either through submission or nomination. So, this could mean anything, from artwork, to masterful screenshots, to amazing fundraisers, to just someone who shared a funny joke. And you may be asking yourself, why the heck am I talking about this in this video if it's so hard to get? And that's because during Community Day, it'll be awarded to anyone who has gone above and beyond in the community over the past few months. Which, honestly, I think is super cool that they're still doing this promotion. Because, who knows? It may end up going to you. Next up, let's talk rewards that everyone can get. Because, unfortunately, not everyone will be getting that fancy new hat. But, if you log in during Community Day, you will automatically be given the Power Chord emote. And only available during this event is the brand new Community Day flag, which is shown here, and it will be available for purchase only during Community Day. And finally, along with all of this other stuff, along with the multiplier, the fancy new emote and flag, there will be a full day of Twitch drops featuring the Gilded Phoenix Tankard for all Sea of Thieves streamers. So hop on anyone's stream and hang out for 20 minutes, and you'll be given a free tankard. I'll personally be streaming the event tomorrow over on my Twitch channel, so go ahead and hop by and hang out for a bit if you want to chill and get yourself a free tankard. So hopefully this video has been even a little bit useful at helping anyone out in planning out their strategy going into Community Day. But remember, the most important thing to take out of this event is to have fun, because this is a celebration after all. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you found this video informative and you want to help support the channel, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe if you like my content. I'm a passionate Sea of Thieves creator with a lot of tricks up my sleeve, and I am very excited for what's to come in the future. And with that, thank you guys for watching, and as always, I will see you out on the seas.